Good morning, students. Welcome back. I hope all of you are safe and fit at home, studying well and completing your work on time. This video is for the students of class 6th. Subject English. And in today's video, we are going to cover one chapter of our PC Ren's grammar book. This is our chapter number 17 and the name of the chapter is Direct and Indirect Speech. This is my lecture number 1 for the same chapter. This chapter is taken from PC Ren's grammar book. Students, we shall cover this chapter in 2 lectures. Topics to be covered in today's lecture are: first of all, meaning of narration will be explained along with example. Then, meaning of direct and indirect speech will be explained along with example. Then, difference between reporting verb and reported speech will be explained along with examples. Rules to change direct speech into indirect speech will be explained along with examples. Then, homework will be assigned. At last, previous homework will be discussed. A question arises. What do you mean by narration? The meaning of narration is an act of reporting the words of speaker. Reporting means representing. Narration is an act of representing the words of speaker. Means how you are representing the way of person has spoken. So, there are 2 ways of reporting the words of speaker. Number 1, direct speech. Number 2, indirect speech. So let us look into each of them in detail. What is a direct speech? The answer of the question is the exact words used by the speaker are reproduced, means are presented. The speaker is also mentioned. The direct speech is always enclosed within inverted commas. The first word of the direct speech begins with a capital letter. Now let us see what is indirect speech. The answer of the question is actual words of the speaker are transformed. They are said or written in a simple language. No inverted commas are used. No comma is used to separate the reported speech from the rest of the sentence. Or in simple way, we can say that the actual words of the speaker have not been reported, but only the substance of his words has been given. This way of representing or reporting is called indirect speech or indirect narration. So let us see an example to clarify it. So let's compare the following sentences. Raima said, comma, inverted commas start, I am very busy now, full stop, inverted commas close. So this complete sentence is called direct speech, right? So when we will convert the same sentence into indirect speech, so let's see what are the changes. Raima said that she was very busy then. So instead of inverted commas and comma, we have placed here that conjunction, and according to subject we have changed the pronoun also of reported speech. So sentence 1 gives the actual words of speaker Raima. This is called direct speech. Sentence 2 gives a report, means by someone other than the speaker, of what Raima said, means what did Raima say. The answer is Raima said that she was very busy then. So this is called indirect or reported speech. So students, let's once again examine these sentences. Raima said, comma, inverted comma start, I am very busy now. Full stop, inverted commas close. So this is direct speech. When we will convert the same in indirect speech, the sentence will be Raima said that she was very busy then. Right? So it will be noticed that in direct speech we use inverted commas to mark off the exact words of the speaker. In direct speech, inverted commas are removed. It will be further noticed that in changing the above direct speech into indirect speech, certain changes have been made. So let us see what are those. So students, there are certain rules for changing direct speech into indirect speech. Number 1, tense. The verb am is changed to was, means present tense is changed to past. Number 2, person. The pronoun I is changed to he, that is, the pronoun is changed to third person. Number 3, the adverb means now is changed to then. Number 4, the conjunction means that is used before the indirect statement, means in the indirect statement you will remove inverted commas and comma. Instead of that, you have to write that before the indirect speech. So these are certain changes which you will observe while changing direct speech into indirect speech. What do you mean by reporting verb and reported speech? To clear this, let us see an example. For example, Raima said, comma, inverted commas start, I am very busy now. Full stop, inverted commas close. So students, here Raima said. So said is here reporting verb. And what do you mean by reporting verb? Reporting verb means the verb that introduces the reported speech is called reporting verb. And here I am very busy now is reported speech. And what do you mean by reported speech? The exact words of speaker which are put within inverted commas or quotation marks are called reported speech. So this is the difference between reporting verb and reported speech. Students, so now let us see rules to change direct into indirect speech. Mainly there are 3 types of changes when we change the sentences of direct speech into indirect speech. They are number 1, change in the tenses, number 2, change in pronouns, number 3, change in some other words. Fine. So let us look into each of them in detail. So let us take the first type, that is change in tenses. Rule number 1 is when or if the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, the tense in the reported speech remains unchanged. Means if the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, then the tense of the verb is not changed in the reported speech. It will remain same. So let us see some examples to clarify rule number 1. So first example is, he says, comma, inverted commas, start, Mohan is a good boy, full stop, inverted commas, close. So as you can see that says is here reporting verb. As I have explained to you, what is the meaning of reporting verb? The verb that introduces or the reported speech is called reporting verb, and Mohan is a good boy is here reported speech. And what is the meaning of reported speech? The exact words of speaker which are put within inverted commas or quotation marks are called reported speech. So as per the rule, if the reporting verb is in the present or future tense, so here as you can see that says first form of the verb plus s or es, so it is here present tense. So if reporting verb is in the present tense, then the tense of the verb is not changed in the reported speech. It will remain as it is. Fine. So when you will write down the same sentence into indirect speech, then it will be, he says that Mohan is a good boy. So dear students, what are the changes that you can see or that you can identify here when you will convert direct speech into indirect speech? Number 1, removal of inverted commas. It is necessary, it is compulsory to remove according to rule. Number 2, instead of inverted commas, use of the conjunction that just before reported speech. Fine. And according to rule, if reporting verb it is in present or future tense, then the tense of the verb is not changed in the reported speech. It will remain as it is. As you can see in the direct speech also, Mohan is a good boy. So is verb is written as it is in the indirect speech also. Same with other examples also. Number 2, the teacher will say, comma, inverted commas, start, Anita will pass, full stop, inverted commas, close. So as you can see that reporting verb it is in future tense. So there will be no change of the verb in the tense in the reported speech. It will remain as it is. Only what you have to do when you will convert direct into indirect speech, you have to remove inverted commas, and instead of that, just before reported speech, you have to write down the conjunction that. So the sentence will be, the teacher will say that Anita will pass. Same with other examples also. Anu says, comma, inverted commas, start, there is no banana in the basket, full stop, inverted commas, close. Fine. So when you will convert it into indirect speech, Anu says that there is no banana in the basket. Same with another example also, rule number 4, that is example number 4. Mohan will say, comma, inverted commas, start, dinner is ready. So when you will convert into indirect speech, sentence will be, Mohan will say that dinner is ready. So this is your rule number 1. Now let us move to another rule, that is rule number 2. When the reporting verb is in the past tense, the tense in the reported speech is also changed into past tense. So let us see change of tenses in the direct speech into indirect speech in case of reported speech. Means, if in the direct speech, reported speech is in present simple tense, then it will converted into past simple tense in indirect speech. So how you will identify that it is present simple tense? First form of the verb plus s or es, or you will get do or does. And identification of simple past tense, that is second form of the verb or did. Fine. So let us see some examples to clarify this. Number 1, he said, comma, inverted commas, start, I work hard, full stop, inverted commas, close. So as per rule number 2, if the reporting verb is in the past tense, so as you can see that here said is reporting verb and it is in past tense because the second form of say is said, right? So the verb in the reported speech is also changed into past tense. So here I work hard. So here work, first form of the verb is there. So it is present simple tense, then it will converted into past simple tense. So let's see how. He said that he worked hard. So what are the changes that you can identify here? Number 1, removal of inverted commas. Number 2, change of tense. Number 3, use of conjunction that. Fine. So keep one thing in your mind. You have to change the verb in the reported speech, right? So here verb in the direct speech, in the reported speech, that is work here, and it is converted into worked. Work, worked. First form of the verb, second form of the verb is used here. Fine, in the indirect speech. Same with another example also. Anil said, comma, inverted commas, start, Ram goes for a walk daily, full stop, inverted commas, close. So as you can see that reporting verb, it is in past tense. Said is here, past tense. So the verb in the reported speech, Ram goes for a walk daily. This is reported speech. And what is verb here? Goes. So the verb in the reported speech is also changed into past tense. Fine. So how you will convert it into indirect speech? Anil said that Ram went, go, went. Second form of the verb, went for a walk daily, full stop. So what are the changes that you can identify here? First, removal of inverted commas. Second, change of tense. And third, use of conjunction that. Now let us see next point, that is, if your reported speech is in present continuous tense in direct speech, then it will be converted into past continuous tense in indirect speech, right? So identification of present continuous tense is MR plus first form of the verb plus ing, and identification of past continuous tense is was were plus first form of the verb plus ing. So let us see some examples to clarify it. We said, comma, inverted commas, start, we are playing hockey, full stop, inverted commas, close. So as you can see that we said. So here said is what here? Reporting verb, and it is in the past tense, right? So we are playing hockey is reported speech, and in the reported speech, what is verb? Are playing, and it is in present continuous tense. So according to rule, it will convert it into past continuous tense. So what will be the sentence? We said that we were playing hockey. So what are the changes that you can identify here? Removal of inverted commas. Number 2, change of tense. And number 3, use of conjunction that. Same with another example also. He said, comma, inverted comma, start, my master is writing letters, full stop, inverted commas, close. Fine. So here said, it is reporting verb and it is in past tense. So when reporting verb is in the past tense, then the verb in the reported speech, what is verb? In the reported speech, my master is writing letter, is writing. So it is also changed into past tense, right? So the sentence will be, he said that his master was writing letters. So here as you can see that is writing is converted into was writing. Number 3, if your reported speech it is in present perfect tense in direct speech, then it will converted into past perfect tense in indirect speech. So the identification of present perfect tense is has or have plus third form of the verb, and identification of past perfect tense is had plus third form of the verb. Fine. So let us see some examples to clarify it. I said, comma, inverted comma, start, I have done my duty, full stop, inverted commas, close. So as you can see that said is here reporting verb. So according to rule, if the reporting verb in the past tense, so it is past tense, fine. So the verb in the reported speech is also changed into past tense. So I have done my duty. This is reported speech here, and what is verb? Have done, means it is in present perfect tense. So it will change into past perfect tense when we will convert it into indirect speech. So the sentence will be, I said that I had done my duty. Right? So what are the changes that you can identify here? First is removal of inverted commas. Second, change of tense. Third, use of conjunction that. Same with another example also. He said, comma, inverted commas, start, I have passed examination, full stop, inverted commas, close. So the sentence will be, he said that he had passed examination. Number 4 is, if your reported speech it is in present perfect continuous tense in direct speech, then it will convert it into past perfect continuous tense in indirect speech. So let us see what is the identification of present perfect continuous tense. Has or have plus been plus first form of the verb plus ing. And the identification of past perfect continuous tense is had plus been plus first form of the verb plus ing. So let us see some examples to clarify it. Number 1, she said, comma, inverted commas, start, they have been dancing since 1 o'clock, full stop, inverted commas, close. So as you can see that said is here reporting verb, and they have been dancing since 1 o'clock is here reported speech. And according to rule, if reported speech it is in present perfect continuous tense, then it will change into past perfect continuous tense when we will convert into direct from indirect. So sentence will be, she said that they had been dancing since 1 o'clock, full stop. Next example is, we said, comma, inverted commas, start, it has been raining for 2 hours, full stop, inverted commas, close. So as per rule, if reported speech it is in present perfect continuous tense, then it will convert it into past perfect continuous tense in indirect speech. So the sentence will be, we said that it had been raining for 2 hours. Number 5th, if reported speech is in past simple tense, then it will converted into past perfect tense in indirect speech. Means if simple past verb in the direct speech is used, then it changes into past perfect verb in the indirect speech. So the identification of past simple tense is second form of the verb or did. And the identification of past perfect tense is had plus third form of the verb. So let us see some examples to clarify it. You said, comma, inverted commas, start, Sohan played football, full stop, inverted commas, close. So here said is reporting verb and Sohan played football is here reported speech. So as you can see that if reported speech it is in past simple tense, then when we will convert it into indirect speech, it will convert it into past perfect tense. So the sentence will be, you said that Sohan had played football. So what are the changes that you can see or identify here? Number 1 is removal of inverted commas. Number 2, change of tense. Number 3 is that use of conjunction that. Fine. Same with another example also. He said, comma, inverted commas start, the horse died in the night, in full stop, inverted commas close. Fine. So as you can see that said is here reporting verb and the horse died in the night is here reported speech. So if reported speech in the past simple tense, so here as you can see died, it is second form of the verb, it is representing that it is past simple tense, then it will convert it into past perfect tense when we will convert it into indirect speech. So the sentence will be, he said that the horse had died in the night. Number 6. If reported speech it is in past continuous tense, then it will convert it into past perfect continuous tense in indirect speech. Fine. So the identification of past continuous tense is was verb plus first form of the verb plus ing, and the identification of past perfect continuous tense is had plus been plus first form of the verb plus ing. So let us see some examples to clarify it. Number 1, he said, comma, inverted commas start, they were making a noise, full stop, inverted commas close. Fine. So as you can see that said is here reporting verb and they were making a noise is here reported speech. According to rule, if reported speech it is in past continuous tense, then it will convert it into change into past perfect continuous tense when we will convert direct speech into indirect speech. So sentence will be, he said that they had been making a noise. Same with another example also. You said, comma, inverted commas start, he was playing a kite, full stop, inverted commas close. So as you can see that reported speech it is in past continuous tense, so according to rule it will change into past perfect continuous tense in indirect speech. So the sentence will be, you said that he had been flying a kite. Number 7. If reported speech it is in past perfect tense in the direct speech, then there will be no change in indirect speech. Means past perfect verb in the direct speech remains unchanged in indirect speech. So the identification of past perfect tense is had plus third form of the verb. So there will be no change when you will convert direct speech into indirect speech. Fine. So let us see an example to clarify it. Harish said, comma, inverted commas start, Ram had already seen the Taj, full stop, inverted commas close. As per rule, if reported speech it is in past perfect tense, then there will be no change in indirect speech when we will convert direct into indirect. It will remain same. Just what you have to do, you have to remove inverted commas and you have to place conjunction that. So the sentence will be, Hari said that Ram had already seen the Taj. Fine. So note one thing, all present tenses in the direct speech change into corresponding past tenses in the indirect speech. Students, note one thing, that past perfect tense does not change. Past perfect continuous tense does not change into any tense. They remain same. Number 8. If your reported speech it is in future tense in the direct speech. So what is the identification of simple future tense? Will or shall plus first form of the verb. Then when we will convert it into indirect speech, will becomes would, shall becomes should, and form of the verb will remain same. So to clarify it, let's see some examples. They said, comma, inverted comma, start. He will go to Delhi, full stop, inverted commas, close. So as you can see, he will go to Delhi is here reported speech, and will go is here what? Verb, and it is representing that it is future tense. So will becomes would, shall becomes should, and form of the verb will remain same. So they said that he would go to Delhi. Same with another example also. I said, comma, inverted commas, start. I shall go to the party. Full stop, inverted commas, close. So shall will converted into should in indirect speech. So the sentence will be, I said that I should go to the party. Number 9. If in your reported speech can, may or must is there in the direct speech. So can becomes could, may becomes might, and must becomes had to or would have to in indirect speech. So let us see some examples to clarify it. Number 1. He said, comma, inverted commas, start. Ram can jump over the wall. Full stop, inverted commas, close. So can becomes could in indirect speech. So the sentence will be, he said that Ram could jump over the wall. Same with other examples also. You said, comma, inverted commas, start. Hurry may catch the train. Full stop, inverted commas, close. So may becomes might in indirect speech. Sentence will be, you said that Hurry might catch the train. Number 3. He said, comma, inverted commas, start. Rani must go at once. Full stop, inverted commas, close. So must becomes had to or would have to in indirect speech. So the sentence will be, Hurry said that Rani had to go at once. Remember one thing, form of the verb will remain same. Dear students, note one thing, there is an exception to rule number 2. What is that? Let us see. If the reported speech contains any universal truth or a habitual fact, in that case, the simple present tense does not change into corresponding simple past tense and remains unchanged. Let us see some examples to clarify it. Number 1. The teacher said, comma, inverted commas, start. The earth revolves round the sun. Full stop, inverted commas, close. So as you can see that the earth revolves round the sun is here reported speech. According to exception to rule number 2, if the reported speech contains any universal truth or any habitual fact. So what is this universal truth? So in that case, the simple present tense, so revolves is representing here that it is simple present tense. So the simple present tense does not change into corresponding simple past tense and remains unchanged. So when we will convert it into indirect speech, though, the sentence will be, the teacher said that the earth revolves round the sun. Same with another examples also. She said, comma, inverted comma, start. Karan always speaks truth or politely. Fine. So as you can see that it is here habitual fact that Karan is always speaking truth or politely. So now when you will convert it into indirect speech, then there will be no change. Means the simple present tense does not change into corresponding simple past tense and remains unchanged. Fine. So the sentence will be, she said that Karan always speaks politely or truth. Number 3, the teacher said, comma, inverted commas, start. The earth is round, full stop, inverted commas, close. So it is also universal truth. So we cannot change it, and as you can see that reported speech, it is in simple present tense. So It will not change into corresponding simple past tense or any past tense. It will remain same. Fine. So the sentence will be, the teacher said that the earth is round. So now let us see what is the difference between say and tell. We say something, but we tell somebody. Sometimes the reporting verb is changed to told. Means if in the reporting verb says or said is there, then it will change into told. Why? Because we say something but we tell somebody. Means if we are telling somebody at that time, instead of say or said, we will write down told. Fine. First example is, I said to my father, comma, inverted commas start, I must leave for Delhi next week, full stop, inverted commas close. Fine. So when we will change it into indirect speech, so how you will write down, I told my father that I would have to leave for Delhi next week. Fine. So note that told is not followed by preposition to, and it is always followed by an object. So now let us see another type when we change the sentences of direct speech into indirect speech. So the another type is change in pronouns. Rule number 1 is, if the reported speech of the direct speech contains personal pronouns and possessive adjectives of first person, that is I, my, mine, we, our, ours, us, then they change according to the number and gender of the subject of the reporting verb in indirect speech. So now let us see few examples to clarify this rule. Number 1 is, he said, comma, inverted commas start, I shall give Ram my book, full stop, inverted commas close. So according to rule, if the reported speech of the direct speech contains personal pronouns and possessive adjectives of first person, that is I, me, my, mine, etc., then they change according to the number and gender of the subject of the reporting verb in the indirect speech. So as you can see that he is here subject of the reporting verb. So I will change according to it. So the indirect speech will be, he said that he would give Ram his book. Same with other examples also. Now let us see number 2 example. You said, comma, inverted commas start, I shall give Ram my book, full stop, inverted commas close. So as you can see that in this example, you is here subject of reporting verb. So I will change according to it. So the indirect speech will be, you said that you would give Ram your book, full stop. Number 3rd example is, I said, comma, inverted commas start, I am reading my book, full stop, inverted commas close. So I is here subject of the reporting verb. So I will change according to it. So the indirect speech will be, I said that I was reading my book. Now let us see 4th example. You said, comma, inverted commas start, we are playing with our toys, full stop, inverted commas close. So as you can see that you is here subject of the reporting verb. So we will change according to it. So indirect speech will be, you said that you were playing with your toys. Rule number 2 is, if the reported speech of the direct speech contains personal pronouns and possessive adjectives of second person, that is you, your, yours, then they change according to the number and gender of the object of the reporting verb in indirect speech. So now let us see some examples to clarify it. I said to Kanta, comma, inverted commas, start, you are not playing with your dolls, full stop, inverted commas, close. So according to rule number 2, that if reported speech of direct speech contains personal pronouns or possessive adjectives of second person, as you can see that you is a second person, then they change according to number and gender of the object of reporting verb. So in reporting verb, what is object? Kanta is object, and according to gender and number we have to change it in indirect speech. So let's see how. I told Kanta that she was not playing with her dolls. Same with other examples also. She said to me, comma, inverted commas, start, you can take your book, full stop, inverted commas, close. So in the reporting verb, object is me, and in reported speech, you is here second person. Fine. So we will change it in according to the number and gender of the object of the reporting verb in indirect speech. So the sentence will be, she told me that I could take my book. Fine. Same with other example also. I said to the boys, comma, inverted commas, start, you are not doing your work, full stop, inverted commas, close. So the sentence will be, I told the boys that they were not doing their work. Now rule number 3 is, if the reported speech of the direct speech contains personal pronouns and possessive adjectives of third person, that is he, his, him, she, her, they, their, them, theirs, it, then they remain unchanged in the indirect speech. Now let us see some examples to clarify it. I said to you, comma, inverted commas, start, he helps his sister, full stop, inverted commas, close. So if in the reported speech third person is there, fine, so it will remain same in indirect speech, there will be no change. So the sentence will be, I told you that he helped his sister. Same with another example also. You said, comma, inverted commas, start, she is playing with her dolls, full stop, inverted commas, close. So as you can see that third person is there, so there will be no change in indirect speech, it will remain as it is. You said that she was playing with her dolls. Third type, when we change the sentences of direct into indirect speech, is change in some other words, that is change of adverbs denoting time and place. So the rule is, while converting sentences from direct to indirect speech, adverbs denoting time and place are changed. That is, those words expressing nearness are generally changed into words expressing distance. Fine. So let us see some examples. Now changes into then. This changes into that. These changes into those. Here changes into there. Thus changes into so. Ago changes into before. hence changes into thence. Today changes into that day. Tomorrow changes into the next day. Yesterday changes into the previous day. Last week changes into the previous week. Next week changes into the following week. Last night changes into the previous night. Tonight changes into that night. And at last, hither. Hither means to or towards this place. Changes into thither. That is to or towards that place. Let us see some examples to clarify it. Number 1 is he said comma inverted commas start I will do it now full stop inverted commas close. So as per rule, while changing direct speech into indirect speech, the words showing nearness change into words of distance. So he said that he would do it then in the indirect speech. So now changes into then. Same with another examples also. Number 2, I said comma inverted commas start I will come here full stop inverted commas close. So the sentence will be I said that I would go there full stop. Number 3, Ram said to me comma inverted commas start I will go there next month full stop inverted commas close. So the sentence will be Ram told me that he would go there the following month. Number 4, I said comma inverted commas start these mangoes are very sweet full stop inverted commas close. So in indirect speech sentence will be I said that those mangoes were very sweet. So this is the end of the lecture. Students, your homework is revise rules to change direct into indirect speech from the book or video. Now in this video, we shall discuss the homework solution of the homework which was assigned you in lecture number 1 of chapter 10, that is the banyan tree. Now let us discuss word meanings in detail. Question is, write the meanings of the following words. Number 1, magnificent means marvelous or wonderful. Number 2, resent means dislike or feel angry about. Number 3 is morsels means small bites of food. Number 4 is squabbling means fighting over small things. Number 5 is gliding means sliding or moving smoothly. Number 6 is fangs means long sharp teeth. Number 7 is spectators means watchers, witnesses or those who watch a show, games, etc. Number 8 is mesmerize. Here it means magically pursued or hypnotize. Now let us discuss questions and answers of working with the text which is on page number 133 in your book. Question number 1 part 2 is, what did the cobra and the mongoose do to show their readiness for the fight? The answer of the question is, mongoose raised his feet off the ground, brushed its tail, raised long hair on its back. Cobra produced hissing sound, spread broad hood, turned around. Question number 2 is, who were the other 2 spectators? What did they do? Did they watch or did they join in the fight? The answer of the question is, the other two spectators were the Manna and a wild crow. They watched the fight and even participated in it. Crow was beaten and died. Manna flew away in the end. Question number 4, part 1 is, what happened to the crow in the end? The answer of the question is, it was beaten by the snake and died. Part 2 is, what did the manna do finally? The answer of the question is, it gave a shrill cry and flew away. Now let us discuss question and answer of working with the language, which is on page number 133 in your book. Question number 1 is, the word round usually means a kind of shape. What is its meaning in the story? The answer of the question is, the meaning of the word round in the story is the sequence of events of fight between cobra and mongoose. So that's all for today. This is the end of the lecture.
Students, if you like our videos, please hit on the like button and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.